Hey guys, it's Janice. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you 13 iPad/Apple Pencil tips and tricks that are incredibly useful, so let's get started. A trick that digital note takers might want to take advantage of is the double tap feature. Shown on my screen is GoodNotes 5, and you can see that just by tapping my pencil twice, I can switch between the pen tool and eraser tool. So now I can erase and write things as I please without having to reach up to the toolbar. This feature is not exclusive to GoodNotes 5. It works on Apple Notes as well as other note-taking apps like Notability. This is great for having a more seamless note-taking experience and even drawing experience for artists. To turn this feature on, you simply head to Settings, tap on Apple Pencil, and options for the double tap feature will appear. You can set it to switch between the last tool used or even make it so that it opens the color palette. Just make sure that you have it toggled on for this feature to work. The next trick is also a neat Apple Pencil feature. It involves taking a screenshot by moving the pencil from either bottom corner to the center of the screen, which you can then draw over using markup. This is such a convenient feature for me as I'm not too fond of pressing the lock button and volume up button. A neat tip here that you might want to know is that you can actually take a full page screenshot by toggling that feature at the top. This is great for people who maybe want to annotate a long article they found on the internet, but there isn't necessarily a PDF to download. So of course, you can start writing and highlighting on the full page capture using markup. Another option is to export the screenshot to a note-taking app of your choice like GoodNotes 5, and then annotate the document from there. Something that's cool to note is that with screen captures, iOS labels them as screenshots. But once you toggle on the full page screenshot, the photo that is actually captured becomes a PDF file. The next trick is something that I haven't seen a lot of, and it's the ability to paste between devices, which is probably the coolest feature in my opinion. As long as you're signed into the same Apple ID, you can copy things from your iPad and then paste them onto your phone, and vice versa. There is even a notification at the top that says Notes pasted from Janice's iPad Pro or Janice's iPhone. This can also be done with handwritten text as well. You just use the lasso tool to select the text and paste the handwriting to the other device. Another thing you can do is take your handwriting and copy as text, and when you paste it on your other device, it will be pasted as text instead of handwriting. You can also use this trick for copying pieces of info from the internet, so it's not exclusive to Apple Notes. Now for the next trick, I know that most of us are accustomed to using the undo and redo buttons when taking notes or drawing since they're always there on the app. So it just feels natural to reach for them. But did you know that you can actually use 3 fingers to do the same thing? You can actually swipe left with 3 fingers to undo and right to redo. So you can actually undo and redo multiple times as well as demonstrated here. For this following tip, you might notice that you can't get YouTube to play picture-in-picture when using the app. To get it to work, you actually need to head to the desktop website for YouTube, navigate to the video that you want to watch, and on the top left of the URL space, you can tap on the letters, and in website settings, toggle on Request Desktop Website. When this is on, it prevents the YouTube app from opening automatically. So now you can full screen your video, and on the top left, you can tap this icon to get your picture-in-picture to work. While it's on the screen, you can also use your fingers to make the video bigger and pinch it to make it smaller. The next trick is something I showed on my Instagram Reels, and it requires Procreate. But for artists, this is a neat trick because if you've ever seen a photo and just wanted to use the colors in it, you can actually drag and drop the photo into the Procreate palette in split screen mode, and the colors will all be extracted into the palette. This saves you a ton of time from using the eyedropper tool. The next tip briefly demonstrates how to move your cursor to anywhere in your text without having to tap on the spot that you want. Just simply hold the spacebar with 1 finger and move it around. To select the text, use 2 fingers and slide them around to select the text that you want. The next trick might help people who don't like typing on the super wide keyboard on an iPad. You can simply pinch it to make it a floating keyboard, and now it looks like the keyboard on an iPhone. To restore its original size, just do the opposite of pinching it. Another way to activate this mode is to hold down the Shift key and select floating. To restore it, you just pull the keyboard down to the bottom of the screen. Next tip is website preview, which you can activate by simply tapping and holding a link in the search result. This gives you a glance of a website to help you decide if you actually want to visit the page. The next tip is Scribble, which is a new update that came out last fall with iPad OS 14. You can write into text spaces instead of using the keyboard, and there are also lots of neat gestures to modify the text. The update also lets the iPad recognize your handwriting and prompts actions from that. I have a whole video on Scribble, which I'll link on the screen. The next tip is Slide Over, which is a different way to multitask. You might be familiar with pulling an app to split screen on the side, but Slide Over simply lets the secondary application float over your primary application, so you have more screen real estate with the primary. You can also drag more apps to the slide over and switch between them easily. This would be great for people who use any calculator apps, as it's the perfect tool to keep on the side. The last tip is palm rejection, which is an incredibly useful feature for people who want to write smoothly on the iPad. This essentially just lets the iPad detect your palm and basically ignore it so that it doesn't get in the way of your writing or drawing, since you'll be resting your hand on the iPad. Most note-taking apps have this feature. The one that I'm showing on the screen is GoodNotes 5. This is also a great feature for left-handed people to take advantage of. So that's it for my 13 tips. I hope you found some of these useful or at least interesting. Let me know which one is your favorite. Thanks to Skillshare for partnering with me on this video. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers thousands of classes to inspire your curiosity and creativity. From illustration to music to marketing to web development, the possibilities are endless. You get unlimited access to all of these classes, and an awesome thing to note is that most of these classes have short lessons that you can easily fit into your schedule. For instance, if you want to master your productivity, there are lots of great classes like this one by Thomas Frank, who shows you how to build your own productivity system. So if you're ready to dive deep into your potential, do click the link in my description box. The first 1,000 people to click the link will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership so you can explore your creativity. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I'll see you guys next time.